Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. We have breaking news on the Evangeline Water Project. We will explain why a judge is allowing neighbors to challenge the city in court. Here's what else we are working for you. A local water agency is backtracking on a promise for public transparency. We will explain why the Nueces River Authority is closing its committee meetings amid a growing scandal. And recent rain is delaying Corpus Christi's level 1 water emergency. We will tell you the new timeline and show you how to track your water usage online. The Evangeline Laguna Groundwater Project is facing a major legal hurdle. An administrative law judge ruled opponents have the legal right to challenge it. The project would provide the city with up to 24 million gallons of water per day. The city of Sinton and other groups oppose the plan. The judge says they provide enough evidence to show the project could harm their water supplies. Now, City Manager Peter Zanoni says the ruling does not kill the project. He sent a memo to the mayor and the city council. Zanoni says the judge just wants to hear the opponent's concerns in a formal hearing. City leaders previously warned this legal fight could delay the project by up to 2 years. The city manager says this project is the only thing preventing a level 1 water emergency.
So Drew Bishop, thanks for being back this week, Drew.
I'm back, and I came to Friday's weekly water briefing with some questions. For starters, recent rainfall has city leaders more optimistic about our level 1 water emergency timeline. City Manager Peter Zanoni confirmed to me that while the emergency is scheduled for September, that date is going to be pushed back.
September is going to get pushed back by 1 to 2 months at a minimum, maybe even more.
In more good news, remember that water portal the city has been teasing? The one where you can track real-time usage? It's finally here. So, how do you use it? Go to corpuschristitx.gov. It's on the right-hand side of the homepage.
The way a customer can let us know if there's an issue or if there's an idea to make it even better is call 311. So call our 311 call center that's open Monday through Friday.
Well, the city of Corpus Christi wants to hear your questions about the local water supply. Leaders are hosting information sessions across every city council district. The next meeting is Thursday, May 28th for District 2. It runs from 6 to 7 in the evening at the Greenwood Senior Center on Greenwood Drive. The city manager and water staff will be there to give updates and answer your questions. And the Nueces River Authority says state open meeting laws do not apply to its internal committees. This reverses a promise the board president made just last week. The agency's lawyer says a current rule requiring public notice goes against state law, but the board never voted to change that rule. The agency is currently dealing with claims of fake water data and wrong sale numbers. Now, a former worker also faces 10 felony charges for changing government records. The agency plans to update its rules, but will not say when. And time is running out to get your gear for the Beach to Bay Marathon. Packet pickup is happening right now at the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Dugan Wellness Center. You have until 8 tonight to get your items. Teams are listed in alphabetical order by the team captain's last name. Whoever picks up the packet must know your bid number. And marathon runners have options when it comes to parking. You can park your car in the lot at the Old Sunrise Mall. Extra parking is available for the race at the First Baptist Church of Corpus Christi. The church is on Ocean Drive across from the Nueces County Victims Memorial Garden. A shuttle will take you from the church to the finish line. That shuttle runs from 9 in the morning until noon. And the first leg of the marathon starts at 7 a.m. tomorrow. It will be at the intersection of Aleph Road and Axis Road 5. Now, the route will go near the Bob Hall Pier, the Causeway Bridge, the Flower Bluff, the Navy Air Station, Northgate, ending near Water's Edge Park. Well, Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber is getting ready to run Beach to Bay Marathon tomorrow. So what kind of weather can we expect, and can runners expect before they cross that finish line?
Well, as I've been saying all week, it's going to be humid. We can't escape that part. We've had worse beach to bays, I will say that, but it's going to be very humid and very windy too. So let's take a look at how things are doing right now. It's a beautiful day out there. A lot of you have been sharing in our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group about the halo around the sun. Yeah, look at all that cirrus, those very high icy clouds in the background. That's what's going on. We've got conditions to make for little ice crystals up there, and sometimes we get to see cool things. But having a scenic view helps get through the race when it feels the hottest, right? Here's the latest thinking for the forecast tomorrow. As we get toward the start of the race around 7 a.m., we're going to be just a little warmer than I was thinking even yesterday. 76 for that temperature, heat index around 80 degrees. So that's at the start of the race. For those of you who are running the later legs, the race has to finish by 1 o'clock. So 86 is going to be feeling like 92 out there. This breeze is a little more south-southeast, which is what's making that actual air temperature a little bit warmer. Could help to cut that humidity a little bit, but that's not a guarantee. Either way, we've been training for this, right? Make sure that you listen to your body, drink plenty of water, and you should already be working on that hydration now. We'll be talking about different ways that you can stay cool in this very hot weather coming up in your forecast ahead.
Well, it's a story I have been covering since last year. The woman suing an NAS Corpus Christi pilot claiming he killed their unborn child by spiking her drink with abortion pills has been asked to hand over all of her devices and iCloud account no later than today by the judge. The emergency order was granted yesterday after Christopher Cooprider's defense team told the judge Davis has not been complying with the orders to produce needed evidence. A data expert extracting all the data from Davis's cell phone noticed an unusually large chunks of data removed from her devices, raising concerns about potential evidence tampering. Verizon has confirmed that the data prior to May 4th has been permanently deleted. According to the motion, Davis's attorney advised Davis to get a criminal defense counsel due to her potential criminal liability in the death of their unborn child, which she had named Joy. And a Texas mother is facing capital murder charges after her 2 young children were found dead in a burned car. San Antonio police say fire crews made the discovery early this morning behind a warehouse. The children are believed to be 5 and 7 years old. Officers arrested 34-year-old Marlene Vidal at the scene. Investigators say surveillance video and her own statements indicate she is solely responsible. Police are still looking for a motive, but say mental health issues may have played a role.
America's central bank has new leadership. Kevin Warsh is taking over as the chair of the Federal Reserve after the slimmest confirmation vote ever for that role. That fact is the reality of the increased politicization of the Fed and debate over what action it should take on U.S. monetary policy. Kevin Warsh now at the helm at the Federal Reserve.
The nomination is confirmed.
President Trump's pick to lead the central bank taking over Friday after being confirmed by the Senate this week. And Warsh will be immediately thrust into debate about the best route for the Fed's monetary policy. President Trump long making it clear what he wants from the new chair.
Will you be disappointed if your new Fed chair, if he gets approved, doesn't cut rates right away?
I would.
But new economic data this week showing the highest rate of inflation in 3 years, set to put Warsh in a potentially tricky position.
The rules go, if inflation's too high, you raise interest rates. If inflation's too low, you lower interest rates.
But Democrats worry he'll be more influenced by President Trump than economic data.
Do you think there's any chance he could raise interest rates given what we've seen with inflation numbers?
He'll do what Donald Trump tells him to do.
Warsh, for his part, says he's committed to acting independent of pressure from the president.
But let me be very clear. Monetary policy independence is essential.
But also says that the Fed needs to reevaluate how it examines inflation.
The data that's being used to judge inflation is quite imperfect data.
As the new head of the central bank, it will now be Warsh's actions, not words, that could be felt by American consumers.
Monetary policy is the engine of the macroeconomy. It is the most powerful force in the economy. It determines the price of every loan and the value of every home.
The Fed chair, as leader of the Fed, brings the Fed to make choices about interest rates. Those decisions affect everybody in the United States, and that's why who leads the Fed is so important.
Maura Barrett, Scripps News Group, Denver.
A local sheriff is taking action to help families this summer, but his effort is not tied to any law enforcement agency. I'm Melissa Trevino in Jim Wells County, learning how his food drive hopes to help fill the gap for kids while school is out.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Melissa Trevino in Jim Wells County, where Sheriff Joseph Guy Baker is leading a community food drive to help local children this summer. The effort is not connected to the Sheriff's Department, but instead focuses on helping families who may struggle to keep food on the table while school is out. With summer break right around the corner, many families across Jim Wells County are facing the reality of higher grocery bills without school meals to help fill the gap.
Any little bit helps. To me, anything helps.
74-year-old Dalia Molina says many people are working hard but still struggling to afford everyday essentials.
The way it is right now, a lot of people cannot afford it anyway. I mean, gas is high, food is high, clothing is high, everything.
She tells me it's not just single-parent households feeling the pressure. Even families with 2 incomes are having a hard time keeping up. That's what inspired Sheriff Joseph Guy Baker to step in and start a community food drive.
This has nothing to do with the sheriff's office. I'm not asking for anybody to help me. This is coming from my personal funds, not taxpayer dollars or anything like that.
Baker says he received a message about food insecurity just as kids prepare for summer break.
The cost of everything is going up, and so I just want to make sure that these kids have something to eat, have some snacks, maybe some drinks and stuff like that. I also want to give out the basic necessities, like milk, eggs, bread, stuff like that.
He says he wants to make sure no family feels embarrassed asking for assistance. Food distribution is expected to begin next week at his family's business, and there will be no requirements to receive help.
And the way I see it, if you're asking for it, you probably need it. And so I'm not going to put any kind of qualification standards on that.
For more information, people can contact Sheriff at jimwellscounty.tx.gov or message him through his personal Facebook page. Organizers say the food drive will continue throughout the summer to help ensure no child goes hungry over the summer months. In Jim Wells County, I'm Melissa Trevino, KRIS 6 News. Well, it's hot out there. We need some help with that. But will the breeze really be a help with the temperatures we're expecting? I'm going to break down everything you need to know so we can have a good time this weekend and not have to worry about this heat risk. I'll fill you in. That's next. All right, happy Friday to you. We are definitely frying on this Friday. Look at those temperatures for inland neighborhoods. Yeah, they may be the same, whether they're in white text or yellow text. 98 is 98. So for our friends out in Freer, this is the run up to summer that we are kind of test driving here as we head on into the weekend. And hotter temperatures are to come. 95 right now in George West, feeling like 97. 87 in Beeville, feeling true to temperature, but that's not the case in places like Robstown, where 89 feels like 92. And on the coast, we've got lower 80s, or really middle 80s at 84, feeling like the upper 80s. So we've dealt with hotter, I know, but it's been a while, and the humidity is going to be the make or break it. So far, we've done okay. A little bit more of a south influence in our wind has really kept us from feeling the worst of it. And for those of us running Beach to Bay tomorrow, such as myself, 2022 was way worse, but we don't want the worst conditions for a strenuous activity, right? Or maybe relaxing activity. Whatever you have planned for this weekend, we'd like some normal weather, right? And temperatures won't be too far from that, but they are a little warmer than we would expect, at least by the afternoon. Mornings are still slightly cooler than we would expect, but we've been warming up. And as we head into the weekend, I think our morning temperatures are still going to be in the 70s as we go closer and closer to Monday, because that humidity won't let us cool off as much at night. All of this and no mention of rainfall. I do have some decent rainfall in the forecast for next week, and it looks like we get a good drink of rainfall just next week alone. There's some talks of maybe an inch of rainfall for a lot of neighborhoods. So it's an early estimate. Can't cash that check just yet, but it's something to think about, and we need it. We're falling behind, nearly 4 inches in the red when it comes to our bank account for expected rainfall. So here's where all the water lies. It's going to be right overhead here in the coastal belt, especially heading into next week. We are going to be feeling that oppressive humidity. Dew point temperatures help us understand and measure how much of that water is in the air in relation to the air temperature. And when those dew points are in the upper 70s to around 80, air you can wear for sure. So heat risk becomes the focus of this forecast. As we head into tomorrow, most of the coastal bend, all of the coastal bend will be under that 2 out of 4 moderate heat risk. But look at what happens on Sunday. We start to get a lot more red in the mix. So for inland neighborhoods, those of you who might be along 281 or inland out toward the brush country, that's where we're expecting a 3 out of 4. Major heat risk, and that may be a few pops near the coast as well. So please be careful with whatever activities you have going on. Don't try to be a tough summer Texan.
let's try to warm up to that, stay hydrated. And some of these other tips I've got for you here: slow down, avoid the strenuous activity. We're running a relay race tomorrow. Can't really do that, right? But stay hydrated. Avoiding caffeine or alcohol might surprise you. Those are desiccants. They work to dehydrate you. So every time you have a cup of coffee, you've got to pair that with a big glass of water just to break even. So taking frequent breaks if you're working outside definitely helps. Eating small meals can help your body handle the heat more. And make sure your pets, kids and the elderly too, have ways to stay cool. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Let's talk about the rain. It's the next popular topic, right? We're pushing this rainfall forecast back yet again, but don't worry, it's still in the forecast and it's still looking good. That timing is just a little bit in flux. So we'll be dry until about the middle of next week, and that's where scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to come into the picture. It brings our temperatures down, and like I mentioned, between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there are some indications we could be looking at to maybe get an inch of rainfall. Depends on where the storms form, and this far out, we just can't tell. So I'll keep an eye on that, but make sure you're keeping an eye on your hydration heading into the weekend.
Stephanie, thank you. A Corpus Christi High School senior is heading straight into the workforce. Skylar Stevens signed a job offer today with G&H Towing. Stevens is a senior at Veterans Memorial High School. He's a part of the first graduating class from the district's Maritime Studies program. Now, the program started in 2022. It teaches students real work skills in maritime science and logistics.
I'm just glad to be able to step out into the work field and learn more stuff and get to hands-on.
Stevens will start his full-time role with G&H Towing right after graduation. The Maritime program aims to fill local industry needs. It creates a direct pipeline for students to work in the Coastal Bend port economy. A local grocery store is showing off its fresh new look. Coming up, we will take you inside a newly remodeled H-E-B in Portland.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Your cell phone signal could soon get a boost in remote areas. The nation's 3 largest mobile carriers are teaming up to eliminate dead zones. AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon announced a new joint venture. They plan to enhance satellite capacity. This will help customers get a signal even when they are far from cell towers. And a Portland grocery store is celebrating a fresh new look. The H-E-B on Wildcat Drive held a grand reopening ceremony today. The event highlighted recently completed renovations at the store. Leaders hosted a ribbon cutting and a customer appreciation event. Shoppers enjoyed giveaways and product samples. The company says the remodel offers a refreshed shopping experience and an expanded product selection.
The store has been open the entire time, but it's been growing pains, and so today is the official day. We thank the community for shopping with us and showing off the new things.
Now, the Portland H-E-B has been serving the community for more than 60 years. And you know, I've lived in certain areas in the country, and I say H-E-B is still hands down the best grocery store.
You know, everybody here hears me talk about Publix a lot, but H-E-B was a nice, smooth transition away from that. So. Yeah. I just get confused when I go into not my H-E-B. I'm like, wait, where is everything? So, hey, walk around and find
Which one's your H-E-B?
I got a choice now that I've moved between the big one and the smaller one on Weber. So I have a choice now, so that works out. But anyways, we need to stock up at the store on all the hydration goodies. It's going to be a hot weekend. And look at this, temperatures not only hot here in Corpus Christi, and we're expecting the rainfall middle of next week. Everybody's in the pool for the heat this weekend, I hope. Quite literally. Look at this, 91 in Kingsville tomorrow, 85 on the coast. May not seem like much, but that's actually pretty warm for coastal neighborhoods. And we're all looking to be on that same time frame now Wednesday for some helpful rainfall.
Yeah. And you heard her. Make sure you drink up and you hydrate, especially if you're running tomorrow.
Yes. Be prepared.
Big important. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. We will see you here in 30 minutes at 6 o'clock.
Bye.